Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. I am the AMDM Lee. This is Phantom Games, and we are on our 30-day challenge of the my hashtag. No, my. I get excited, and I just have to calm down and calm my tits and try it again. All right, we are on the hashtag my 30-day world. It was originally presented by Absolute Tabletop in conjunction with their Kickstarter, A Dead Man's Guide to Dragon Grin. Now, this Kickstarter went live back on March 20th and has already been fully funded and over and done with, and I'm late to the game, so yeah. Anyway, as I've been doing with all these other ones, I've done two different versions of it because I have two different answers. Sometimes I have two different answers. Sometimes I don't. So, my answer is kind of the same on both of these, just slightly different. Yeah. So, we're going to start it off. I always break it up into my Phantom world, where it's my own personal RPG that I've created and run. And then I break it up, and the other part I do is my D&D campaign, which I've got a couple of different countries within my continent, within a shared world that I run. So, let's get started. Today, we're talking about, are there evil races in your realm, such as drow? Well, in the Phantom world, there are races that are perceived as evil, just as there are human countries and races here that are perceived as evil. Again, my world, my Phantom game is based upon our real world societies. It's just everything's kind of thrown together at once. So while, yes, there are such evil things as drow, as in there's monster-esque races, not so much so. The closest thing I have to what would be classified as a monster race right now, I mean, other than the fact that there are vampires and werewolves and, Cthulhu-esque style monsters. Yeah, there are monsters. But evil races as drow. Because drow are classified as an evil race. I mean, that's the way the orc used to be, the illithid, or just something that's just pure evil. The closest thing in my Phantom world would be the Loonites, loonies, which are an elven race that live on the moon. And they're only classified as evil because everyone else wants the moon and it's already home to somebody. So, yeah, it's a mining territorial conflict. Loonites have something the rest of the world want, which is mainly some natural resources such as gold-esque oil, irons. And the Loonites just want revenge for their fellow following people. Anyway, it's a little Cold War situation going on right now. So yeah, it's not an evil race. It's just they're kind of it's a perspective. It's a perspective and ideology differences. Now that's my Phantom game. My D&D game, are there evil races in your realm such as the drow? Yes, the drow are there. The drow are probably not as dark and evil in my world as they are in traditional D&D worlds. In my realm, if you travel deep enough into the Underdark, which there's not really my Underdark is the Shadowfell. So, and that's where the drow reside. They reside from the Shadowfell. The drow, the Ithid, anything that should typically resided in the Underdark, in my campaign world, my D&D, they now reside in the Shadowfell. So you start digging down. My Shadowfell is my Underdark. esque. I don't really have an Underdark. And that is due to the way the continent itself is actually changed to a giant celestial being in the center of the world. So, there's not really a whole lot of Underdark per se. So, there's a Shadowfell, no Underdark. That's the best way to do it. And everything that would reside in the Underdark now resides in the Shadowfell. And then there's also some, there are certain areas where, like Shangri-La style areas, which are actually the Feywilds. So, there's areas in our world that connect to the Feywild naturally. And then there's areas in the Shadowfell that connect to our world naturally. And it's just lots of fun. It's lots of fun. So yes, there are such races in my D&D campaign. There's such things. Yes, the drow. But even once you get into it, they're not so much an evil race. That's just the way they're made. I'm not evil. I'm just drawn that way. So it's all gonna depend on a perspective what you classify as evil. But excuse me, it was really early for me. I didn't sleep well. Actually, I slept pretty good. That was probably the problem. I slept too good. Anyway, so I think even with most evil races now, it's just a matter of perspective. I believe the orcs were classified as evil, and then poof, half orc. Tieflings, poof, now playable characters. Kinku, poof, now playable characters. Goblins, poof, now playable characters. I think eventually, if it's an evil race long enough, if it lives long enough as an evil race, it'll eventually be a player character class. Or a playable race. You know, it's like the whole hero only long enough to be a villain. So now these villains are around long enough to be heroes. Because eventually somebody's going to write a freaking book or a story where one creature decides to turn against their societal norms, and the next thing you know, there's going to be a million freaking copycats out there wielding 2 swords and having a Black Panther. Okay, I'm done. So, that's all I've got for today, guys. I hope that answered the question. If not, yeah, sue me. So, oh, see, I just don't, man, I need to really, really read this stuff. Nah, that takes too much time. So, oh my God, you want coffee? Right, if you like these videos, I'm sorry about that, Jan. If you like these videos, click on the like button. If you think someone else would like them, click on the share button. If every like is an inspiration, every share is an advantage, and every subscription is an experience point. Help me reach 300 experience points so I can get to 2nd level. Now, that being said, for every time you share a video, I will give you, I believe I said 10 experience points. So this video, sharing this video is worth 10 experience points. Share the video, let your DM know, keep track of how many times you share this video, and you might be able to level up. So let your DM know that the AMDM said sharing the video is 10 experience points. Good to go. That's all you need to do. Share the video, get 10 experience points. Alright, that's all I got, guys. I'll see you in the next game. Bye. Yeah, you too. Ouch.